Hello everyone, today I'm back for another Minecraft statue tutorial. Today we're going to be building Conrad Carapax from the Blue Beetle movie. This is going to be one of my longest, if not my longest video I'm probably ever going to make on this channel, just on Minecraft tutorials wise. Um, this tutorial is probably going to be about an hour long, just due to the sheer complexity of this statue. Um, but yeah, so let's go ahead, let's get this started. So, the materials you're going to be needing, these are all the materials. You really don't need that many. It's just there's so much stuff on them. So you'll need polished blackstone, red concrete, block of redstone, red terracotta, red stained glass, ochre froglight, gray concrete, and black concrete. Now, before we start building, I do want to make kind of a notice here. So a normal statue, you really only need about 16 blocks of area because you have the 8 here and then 4 and then another 4 for the arms. But this statue is very wide, mainly because of the kind of things on his shoulders. So if I were you, if you're building this in a city world or a statue world like I am, I would kind of space this guy out from all the others. So I made a little bit more room than normal with him from what I'm going to build here. But yeah, so put some room, some distance in between your statues next to him because you're going to need it. So, let's go ahead and get this started though. So, before we even start doing armor, we're going to build a base statue just for the underneath details. We're going to get this over with just so we don't have to deal with them later. You can actually make this statue out of any material you want. I'm just going to be using gray concrete. But you can literally make the underneath out of anything you want. We're just going to be adding details to it. So you could make it out of shroomlight if you wanted to. So, but anyways, I'm going to be making mine out of gray concrete. So whenever I just say gray, I'm talking about this. So let's go ahead and get this started. Enough yapping. So for the first 2 rows of your statue, 2 rows of gray, and it's 8 of course. So, and then do another one. For the next row, we're going to do 1 gray, 1 red, 4 gray, 1 red, 1 gray. Do that again. For the next row, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 gray, 2 red terracotta, 3 gray. Next row is 1 gray, 1 red concrete, 1 red terracotta, 2 red concrete, 1 red terracotta, 1 red concrete, and then 1 gray concrete. Then we're going to do 2 whole rows of just gray. Next we're going to do, I'm actually going to move these closer together so I'm not struggling to fight with these. We really won't need the redstone that much yet. So the next row we're going to do 1 gray, 6 polished blackstone, 1 gray. Do this again. Next row we're going to do 1 gray, 1 shroomlight, 4 polished blackstone, 1 froglight, sorry, not shroomlight, and then 1 gray. Next row is 2 gray, 1 froglight, 2 gray, 1 froglight, 2 gray. That's the orange froglight, of course. So, and that is the final row of the legs. So it should be 12 tall, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. So yeah, there you go. The first row of the torso, entirely gray. Next row, 2 gray, 4 blackstone, 2 gray. Next row, 1 froglight, 1 gray, 4 blackstone, 1 gray, 1 froglight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to place a gray on top of these frog lights and place another frog light on top of those grays. And then place a frog light here and here. We're then going to fill in this middle area with black stone and then place 2 in the middle here. We will then place a frog light up in this corner and then fill in these 2 little holes with gray concrete. And so then we're going to do 5 rows of just straight gray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or the block of your choice, obviously, if you want to make something else. So then for the next 2 rows, we're going to do 1, 2 gray, 4 black stone, 2 gray, and then do that one more time. You should have something that looks like this. So that is the torso without anything on it. So pretty simple so far. For the arms, let's do the left arm first. So get out your black concrete and come to this row in the middle with just a straight gray concrete. And we're going to go 1, 2 black concrete and then 2 black stone. We're then going to do an entire row of black stone. And then going from left to right, we're going to do 1 frog light, 3 black stone. Next row is 1 frog light, 1 gray, 1 black stone, 1 gray. In the next row, we're going to do 2 gray, 1 black stone, 1 gray. And then we're going to do 2 rows of gray, 1, 2, like so. We are then going to do 1 gray, 3 black stone. Do this again. We're then going to do 2 gray, 2 black stone. And then the next 2 rows and the final 2 rows are just gray. Then we're going to do the exact same thing over here. So 2 black, 2 black stone. Fill in this row. Do 3 here. Do an additional 2. 2 frog lights. And you should have something that looks like this. So, that is the front of him. Pretty simple so far. Now let's move on to the sides. They're pretty simple as well. We're going to bring this back by 3 with the gray. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then go ahead and just fill this all the way in. Connect this up. We are going to make a minor adjustment here in a little bit, but it's kind of hard to pinpoint where it's at. There's like a little kind of L of blackstone, but it's kind of hard to tell where it's at without anything there, but we'll come back to that later. The other side, I'm going to do the same thing. Like so. For the arms, you can go ahead and fill in the bottom of the hands in with blackstone. And then we can do a whole row of just blackstone here. Then I'm going to do an entire row of frog light. And then on this last one, just place an additional one. We are then going to fill in the middle section of the arms with just straight gray. And then at the very top here, we're going to place 1 gray up here. And then we're going to do 1 red. And then 2 redstone underneath that, and then fill the rest in. The other side is the exact same. I've never made a statue like this, so this is definitely pretty interesting. But yeah, I went all out designing this guy. I really wanted to make a really good statue for Conrad, because honestly, I think Conrad Carapax is my favorite character from the Blue Beetle movie, besides Blue Beetle himself. And the shoulders are gray, by the way. But yeah, I think he's probably my favorite character from it, and that's probably why I'm only gonna make those two characters from that movie because I don't really, I'm not gonna make family from it. Sorry, guys, but yeah, there's the sides, and then the back. Let's do yeah, we'll do the back of the legs. Back of the legs, very simple. We're gonna just fill it entirely in with gray at first, and then we'll add a tiny little bit of detail to it. So like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut out these 2x2s in the corners here and replace them with blackstone. And then in the row below it, we're going to knock out the 2 middle blocks. And then we're going to knock out these 6 blocks below it and fill that in. Like so. So for the back of the torso, the first row is entirely gray. The next row is 3 gray, 2 blackstone, 3 gray. Next row is 1 blackstone, 1 gray, 1 blackstone, 2 gray, 1 blackstone, 1 gray, 1 blackstone. Next row is 1 gray, 6 blackstone, 1 gray. Next row is 1 blackstone, 1 gray, 4 blackstone, 1 gray, 1 blackstone. Next row is 2 gray, 1 blackstone, 2 gray, 1 blackstone, 2 gray. And then we are pretty much going to fill in the rest of the statue with gray, except for a few minor things. On this top row here, we're going to fill in just the 4 middle blocks with blackstone. Just 1 row, not 2 like on the front. And then we're going to add something minor after we fill this in. So you should have this. And then get out your frog light, and then we're going to make it diagonal here. And go down 1, and we're going to place a frog light here and here. For the back of the arms, they are also pretty simple. So we're going to do an entire row of blackstone. Do that again. And then in the middle section here, we're going to place 1, 2, 3 frog lights going up, and then double up on that. And go ahead and fill in around that with gray concrete. And so then what we're going to do is we're going to do another row of gray concrete, and we're going to do 2 gray, 1 redstone. Then we're going to do an entire row of redstone. Then we're going to do 2 redstone, 1 red. And then the other arm is the exact same. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the redstone, fill this all in. So, that is the back of him. And so now for the head. The head is pretty interesting when we first build it. So we actually do build the corners of the head on this section. So showing that off, we're going to place a gray here and here, and we're going to extend it by 1 with the gray concrete, and then we're going to do the second one with a red concrete. It's like this. And then go ahead and fill in this middle section with just blackstone. Go ahead and bring this back as well and do the same thing. So you should have something that looks like this. So, now for the front of the face, we are going, so this is our first row, we have this. So for the second row, we're going to do 1 red, 1 gray concrete, 4 frog lights, 1 gray concrete, 1 red. The next row, we are going to do 1 red, 6 frog lights, 1 red. And then on top of these reds, we're going to place 2 red terracottas. And then on top of those 2 red terracottas, we're going to place 2 red concretes. And on top of those 2 red concretes, we're going to place 1 red terracotta. And we're going to bring them in by 1, like so. And then you're going to fill in the rest of the face with just frog lights. This just gives us a good basis on where the lights on his helmet are going to go. Sides of the head, very, very simple. We're going to fill them in with straight gray concrete. Ignore or leave the corner block on the back by itself for now. We will do that when we get to the back. And this block right here will actually be red terracotta as well. The same thing can be said for the other side. Fill all this in. Like so. And then for the back, we're actually going to knock these red concretes out. We're going to place 1 red terracotta in each, and then we're going to go on top of that by, I think, 4? So 1, 2, 3, 4. We may change that in a second. So I know for a fact there's going to be a red concrete in the top corners. Then there's 2 red terracottas below that. Oh, or wait, no, 1 red terracotta. My bad. And then 2. Okay, so it's 4 total, not 4 on top. So you'll need 4 red terracottas in the corners, 2 red concretes on top, 1 terracotta, 1 concrete, something like that. And then we can go ahead and fill in the rest with gray concrete, except for a minor little detail. On the second to last row, which we just got onto right here, the last row is gray. In the very middle here, we're going to put 2 frog lights. And as you may have guessed, top is just gray concrete. So, this is what you should have so far. It looks very interesting, that's for sure, but let's make him look a little bit better. So, let's start with the legs first. So get out your polished blackstone, and we're going to place just an entire row of blackstone in front of what we've already built. We're then going to place 2 blackstone here in these spots. We're then going to get out our, let's do all the red, I don't know, let's do the redstone blocks first. We can just kind of go through all the blocks and see how that goes. So on top of all this, we're going to place 2 redstone blocks on the corners down here, and then we're going to place 4 in the middle here. I'm going to place 1 on top of each of these end ones right here. We can then place a red concrete right here. Then I'm going to place 2 red concretes in the middle here and on top here. We're then going to place a red concrete here and here. And then a red terracotta here and here. On top of these red terracottas, we're going to place blocks of redstone here. And then on this right here, we're going to bring up these red concretes to here. In the middle here, we're going to place 2 red concretes. And then a 2x2 square of red terracottas right here. Next to these, we're going to place blocks of redstone. And then right here, we're going to place 3 red terracottas going up. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to place one red concrete on top of those terracottas, and then a terracotta on top of those concretes, and then a concrete next to those terracottas, and then two concretes in the middle here. Go ahead and place glass above or in front of those frog lights. And once you've done that, you've officially finished the front of the legs. Sorta. So, now let's go ahead and move on to the torso. For the torso, we're going to do 3 red concretes on the ends here, and then 2 red stones in the middle. We're then going to do one red concrete, 1 red terracotta, 1 red concrete, leave a gap here, 1 red concrete, 1 terracotta, 1 concrete. We're then going to place 1 red concrete on top of the terracottas here, and in between these lights, place concretes as well. You can go ahead and place red stained glass on top of all these frog lights. And then above this kind of plush shape, I guess, you can place 2 red concretes. And actually, you can place them. You can actually make this entire row red concrete because it's mostly going to be covered up. On these 3 end blocks, we're going to place 3 red terracottas going out even further right here. Then on top of those, we're going to place redstone blocks. You can place whatever you want back here. I'm just going to place red concrete. For the next row, and honestly, we could probably just finish this rest off with just red concrete, but don't build on top of the black stone here. So you should something like that, I guess. So we're going to do 2 redstone blocks in the middle here, and then put red terracottas in this corner. We're then going to go out with the red concretes, like so. And then on top of these red concretes, we're going to do 2 red terracottas going sideways. In this middle section here, we're going to knock these out and place 2 red terracottas. And we're also going to do this on the ends down here. We're then going to knock out these 2 blocks and place 2 gray concretes. And then we're finally going to knock out these 2 blocks, place 2 red terracottas, and place 1 extending out. And then we will also place 1 in the very corners. So, I know that was a lot, which it was, but this is what you should have for the front. Pretty complicated, I know, but that is just the way his suit is. So, moving on to the arms, the front of the arms. Get out your red terracotta, and right here on the second rail, we're going to do 1 red terracotta here, and go diagonally up, and we're going to place 1 here. We're then going to place 2 red concretes on top of that, and then we're going to place 2 red concretes here. We're also going to place 2 red concretes here. On top of the 2 we just placed, we're going to place 2 redstone. Sorry, I'm still kind of on that Mongal tutorial. We are then going to fill in this entire area with red concrete here, except for this block, which we will place a redstone here. On top of that redstone, we're going to place 2 red terracotta sideways, and then 2 red concrete. We're then going to place a red concrete on top of this end one, and then a redstone on top of that. We're then going to make a R shape on top of that with a red concrete in the corner. We're then going to make an L shape right here with red concrete with a red terracotta in the top right corner. Go ahead and fill these in with redstone. And that is the front of the arm. The other arm is the exact same. So we'll do diagonals here. This diagonal here, red. And redstone. So yeah, there we go. That is the front of him. Besides the face. But yeah, that is the entire front of the statue, pretty much. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to. Let's do the left side first. Let's do the left side of the legs first, just to get them over with. So for the left side, what we're going to do first is we're going to place 4 blackstone blocks protruding outwards. And honestly, if you wanted to, you could just go ahead and wrap the entire bottom row with just blackstone, just to get that over with. For the next row, we're going to do 2 entire rows of just red stone. And actually, we can probably do a 3rd row. And this is where that that L shape I was talking about comes into place. So you can go ahead and knock these blocks out and place a backwards L right here. Go ahead and place a redstone here. We're going to place 4 red concretes going up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place your red concrete here. And then an L shape here. We're then going to put a red terracotta in the middle there. And then we're going to take our our block of redstone and place this shape with 2 in the middle. I'm going to take our red terracotta, place 2 here, and 2 here. Then we're going to do an entire row of redstone. And then we're going to do a 2x2 of red concrete. Coming down here, we're going to do 2 red concretes right here. And we're going to go up like this. We're then going to bring this out by 2. 1, 2. Same thing, or actually, over here we're going to do just by 1. And then we're going to go up and then out. And then we're going to connect to the front. So you should have something like this. And that is pretty much this side. The other side is the exact same. So go ahead and just do 3 rows of redstone. Do your L shape here. So like so. And then we will do kind of the ankle thing again. We will get to what that goes to once we get to the back. So there we go. There is the side. So, for the back of the legs, I guess we can go ahead and get these over with while we're here. So for the back of the legs, we're going to do an entire row of redstone, golly, right here. And this next row doesn't really matter. You can put whatever you want here. I'm just going to put redstone. And then we're going to extend the red concretes in. And then we're going to do an entire row behind that. On top of this, we're going to do 2 red terracottas in these middle parts here. And we're going to do a 2x2 section like this. We're then going to surround both of these with red concrete. Like so. We're then going to place 2 red terracottas up here above those with red concretes in the middle. We're then going to place 2 red concretes right here. And then 1 here as well. On top of the ones on the end, we're going to place red terracottas and then red concretes. This middle section here, we're going to place red concretes on the edges here and on top. And in the middle, we're going to place 2 red terracottas. So you should have something that looks like this on the back. And that is the legs done. So now let's go ahead and move on to the back of the torso. I say back of the torso is probably one of the hardest parts, so it doesn't hurt to get it over with. So, regarding the back of the torso, we're going to place 1 red terracotta here on the ends, and then 2 in the middle. Not there. And we're going to fill in the middle there with a red concrete. We're then going to leave the middle block open and place red terracottas next to it, and then fill the rest in with red concrete. We're then going to go up by 3, so skip these throws. So 1, 2, 3, actually 4, but you get the point. And then place 2 red concretes above these black stones we placed earlier. And then we're going to double that up with a 2 by 2. Next, we're going to place red concretes here. And then we're going to place gray concretes here. Go ahead and bring those gray concretes forward, and we're also going to bring these 2 red concretes forward. We're then going to bring these up by 1. Same thing with the gray. And if you want to, you can go and connect them back. You don't really have to, but you can if you want. Next to the red here, we're going to place a gray on the ends. So you should have something like this. And then, oh, I lost my spot. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. And then we're going to do a upright diagonal right here. And then back here, we're going to place frog lights. Actually, is that what's back? Actually, no, I lied. It's red concrete. My bad. I think originally I actually had these as the lights in the back of his suit, but I think that's why they're there. So I guess these aren't even needed anymore. But I think that's why I had those there, though. So I apologize about that. Mistakes are going to be made. So above these red concretes in the main row, not the back row, we're going to place a gray concrete. And in the middle section here, 2 red terracottas. And on top of that, 2 red concretes. We're then going to bring these out by 1 and bring them forward. So you should have something like this so far. Now, moving... I guess I actually did have lights in here. I'm a complete idiot. I am freaking sorry, guys. Yeah, so the lights are right there. I'm just blind, I guess. I'm looking over my notes here, and I guess I thought I was wrong, but never mind. Anyways, let's move on from that. So yeah, the lights are in there. Go ahead and just place a red stained glass behind, not in here. So it's 1 behind. And then on top of that, just place red concrete just to surround it. We'll place ones in here just so nothing can be seen inside. And beneath, of course. Actually, if you wanted to place gray underneath, you could, and then gray on the sides to match with these think it's supposed to be like kind of his jetpack propulsion thing. So, but yeah, there's the lights. And then this is all red on top of here, which we will get to that in a little bit because we're going to have to build the fill this in, by the way. We're gonna have to build like the weird things on his back. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the back for now. Like I said, we will come back to it when we build those kind of pylon things on his back. But yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do for now. So, back to the arms. I guess we can go ahead and get them done. Let's do the left arm first. So for the left arm, we're gonna do on this third row of blackstone, entire row of red concrete. Then on top of these frog lights, we're just going to place glass right there. Not on this one though, leave that one. And then we're going to go ahead and just surround these frog lights with red concrete, except for the corners, leave those. And then we're going to place 2 grays in those corners. We're then going to do an entire row of red, and then 2 grays right here. Skipping over the redstone, because that's supposed to be part of it, obviously. We're going to place 2 reds in these corners. And then 2 reds up here as well. We're then going to place 1 gray in these corners and 2 grays on top of this. And we are also going to place 1 red terracotta right there. The other side is the exact same. So we're going to do an entire row of red. One gray, gray, whole row of red, gray, red, red. So this is what you should have. So now for the sides of the statue. This is where it gets a little complicated. Well, it already has been complicated, but you get what I mean. So the sides are very interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to place a row of gray concrete here. And then on top or in front of the glass, we're just going to place red glass. We're then going to place 2 red concretes in the middle. And then we're going to bring them forward by 1. On top of this, we're going to place gray concretes. And then we're going to do 3 rows of red terracotta. 1, 2, 3. We are then going to place a gray concrete next to these. And go ahead and connect them back to the statue. And then we're going to place red concretes beneath these. So they should have this. Top of these back gray concretes, we're going to place blocks of redstone. And then on top of those, we're going to place red concrete. And then in this middle section, we're going to place 2 frog lights with red glass on this end section. In front of them, we're going to place 2 gray concrete and 2 red concrete on top of that. We're then going to fill this in with red concrete, and same with this row. We're then going to place 2 red concrete here, and then 1 red terracottas on the corners. So I know that was very complicated, but this is what you should have. Kind of like his propulsion, his cannon on his arm. So, moving to the other side, it is the exact same. I'm actually going to go down. Do these little shapes in the corners. Gray here. 3 red terracottas. Frog lights in here. Red stained glass on the ends. Red concrete under them. with redstone under that. And then 2 gray concrete coming forward with one underneath the red terracotta. Red concrete's under here. Red stained glass under here. And then 2 red concretes coming forward, and then entire row of gray concrete. So you should have something that looks like this. And yes, the statue is not linear in all fashions. It's kind of just all over the place, but that's really how the whole thing is. So, but yeah, that is the armor done. Besides the things on his shoulders and the things on his back and the helmet. So let's go ahead and get onto the helmet. So for the front of the helmet, what we're going to do is we're going to come to this first black stone block that we placed here, and we're going to place 2 red concretes and do the same thing over here. We're then going to go up by 1 on the ends and then place red terracottas next to that. We're then going to do 2 red concretes on top of that. And then we're going to go up to the ends and place 2 red concretes. And then red terracottas on top of that. We're then going to place a red concrete on top of those with a red terracotta on top of that. Go ahead and bring those red terracottas in by 1 and then place 2 red concretes in the middle here. Bring those red concretes that we placed on the second row in with 2 red terracottas in the middle of those. And then 2 red terracottas below that. And then we're actually going to knock out these black stones here, and we're going to place 2 frog lights, and then we're going to place 2 more. And then we're going to place 1 red terracotta here and here, kind of extending downwards. And that is the front of the helmet. So, I guess we can go ahead and do the top while we're here. So up here we're going to place 4 red concretes, and then we're going to place a diagonal pattern kind of following the head, like this. We're then going to fill in this first row. And on this second row, you can go ahead and fill that in. We're going to place 2 red terracottas here, and we're going to bring them back by 2, 1, 2, and go ahead and just surround it. Like so. And then go ahead and build this last row, and then right here. Next, we are then going to knock out these 3 blocks here and replace them with red terracotta as well, just so we can have that. And then for the back of the head, we're going to do an entire row of red terracotta here. We're then going to bring this down by 2 on the ends, 1, 2, 1, 2, and go ahead and fill this whole area in except for the frog lights, which you're going to place red stained glass in front of. We're then going to place 2 red concretes below the ends here, then 1 red terracotta below that, and then 2 red concrete below that. The middle row, the 2 kind of inner rows right here are going to be entirely red terracotta. And then we're going to place 2 red concrete on the bottom, 2 red terracotta, and 3 red concrete. So you should have something that looks like this. And actually, now that I look at it, I think this is only, yeah, it's only like that. Sorry. So, regarding the sides of the helmet, they are very simple. We're going to just bring this all the way back. Not connecting it to this one, though, but you are going to connect it to this right here. And then we're going to fill in the entire side of the helmet with just straight red concrete. Mostly because this is mostly going to be covered up. But we do need to add a few things. Right here, we're going to place a red terracotta here and here. And that should be it. And then do the same thing over here. Like so. All right. So that's pretty much the statue done without the accessories, I guess. So I guess let's go ahead and move on to those. I guess we'll build. I guess we'll build the right one. Let's build the right one first. So to start this off, these are very tricky, so I would recommend paying close attention, obviously. So right here, above this red block here, we're going to place a gray concrete, and we're just going to go ahead and bring that all the way to the back, connecting it. We're then going to come behind this redstone block here and place 2 red concretes. We're then going to build 2 on top of that with an additional sticking out. Actually, 2 sticking out, sorry. And then we're going to do 3 sticking out this way. We're then going to do an upright diagonal like this, and then put another one on it. We're then going to come back here, build this up kind of right behind it, but then we are going to go out an additional 1, 2, 3. We are then going to do an upright diagonal. We're going to do that again. And then one more time. And on this last one, you can build up by 1. And then inward. And on this block, we can place a red terracotta. We're then going to do a downright diagonal. Yeah, like this. And then we're going to place a red terracotta next to that. Beneath that red terracotta, we're going to place a red concrete. And we're going to go left by 2 with the red concrete. 1, 2. We are then going to fill in this middle area with just gray concrete here. And then we're just going to bring it down right here. Behind this block, we're going to place 2 glass with frog lights inside. Same thing right here. And then next to these gray concretes, we're going to place 2 black stone. So like so. And then right next to these here, what we're going to do, I'm actually going to knock these 2 out and place 2 red terracottas here. If you want to do the same thing on the other side, you can. And then we're going to place 2 red concretes back here. On top of all the glasses, we're going to place 2 red concretes as well. And then go ahead and extend this one all the way to the red terracotta. Behind the 2 red terracottas, we're going to extend them back by 1. So now, looking this way. Gosh, this is very complicated, even for me, I know. So, we're then going to build these back by 2 right here. And then build this forward by 2. We're then going to put 2 black stone in here, and then on top of that, we're going to build 2 red concrete and then bring them forward by 1. So something like this. And then bring this down by 1 and connect this together with the gray concrete. Then you're going to pretty much copy what you did on the front with the gray kind of zigzag thing. Same thing with the black stone. Now back here, the glass is actually going to sit on top of this, which that's okay. Next, we're also going to put the red concrete on top here. Fill this in, fill this in, fill that, and there we go. We're also going to pretty much copy the shape down here as well. So right below this, we're going to do the 3 protruding outward, then the diagonal, something like this, connect that down. So you should have something like this. Pretty much just copy what you have in the front. It's really all I can suggest with that. And if you want to, you can actually knock these blocks out so it doesn't look as blocky. So, and then coming underneath here to fill this area in, right, we're going to place 2. We're going to place a gray concrete here and then polished black stone here. We're then going to place gray concrete here with polished black stone here. And also, I forgot to mention, you probably will want to cover around the glass so you don't see in there. But anyways, polished black stone here. So you want to have done that twice. Do it one more time. Then do just 1 row of gray, 1 row of black stone, and then you connect back up to the other end. So that is one of the pylon things, the shoulder things done. A little complicated, I know. So it's just the way I designed it, which there we go. So there we have it. That's what you should have once you're done. I believe these are symmetrical. They may be a little bit off. I'm actually going to close this part in just so you can't really see what's going on there. But besides that, they should be they should be symmetrical. They are the same. But let's go ahead and get these pylons things done real quick. So back here, we're going to bring this out and then bring it forward like this. We're going to do like this shape here. And then bring this one up. Same thing with this. And then we're going to do the same thing with these going outward. We're just going to keep bringing them out. Which that fills in too, by the way. Forgot to mention that. So we're going to fill this in. So pretty much you're going to want to do these about 2 more times. So what we're going to do is you're just going to come to the corner here and then start filling in this like that. And that's pretty much all you have to do. And then on these corners, knock these out and replace them with red terracotta. And then do this one more time. Actually, we're going to do this one a little bit different. We're going to go out by 1, place 3 red terracottas here with the red concrete on top. And then we're going to connect that together like so. And then just double this up. like so, and do that over here as well. And so you should have something that looks like this. This is, I actually had to edit the video there. But yeah, so finishing this off, for the last section here, what we're going to do is we're going to place 2 red terracottas going up on the very ends over here. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3 red concretes on top of that going upward. And then next to that, we're just going to do an entire row of red concrete. And then on top of these, you can place 2 frog lights if you want. So that's basically what you'll have from the back. We're not done yet, though. So once we come over here, we're going to do another block here. Kind of like this. And then we're going to do an additional layer. Actually, no, we're only going to do 1 layer. And then we're going to bring this up all the way until you get to this. Maybe it is like that. So you should have something that looks like this. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. So yeah, you'll have something that looks like this by the end. So kind of this weird crooked shape looking thing. And so you should have 1 block here, a 2 block drop, and then this here, this drops down again. And yeah, that's basically it. So if you want to compare them, yeah, they should be symmetrical. But I think mine are. I'm always going to touch it up. I'm going to touch it up after recording, but yeah. And so, once you have done that, you will be done with the statue. So, thank you guys so much if you've stuck it throughout this whole tutorial. I know this tutorial is kind of all over the place. This guy was very, very tough to build and design and all that, and I didn't think recording would be this hard, but yeah, it definitely wasn't easy. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's Conrad Carapax himself. I'm not going to build him in the OMAX suit. I guess this is the OMAX suit in reality, but this is like the upgraded version. But I'm not going to build him in his first suit because I mean, I don't really feel like it. But yeah, guys. So, but yeah, so that is him. So yeah, if you guys have any other, or if you have any, oh, I missed a block here. Let's fill that in. There we go. Yeah, if you guys have any requests or anything like that, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, guys, so thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye.